Are you a certified nursing assistant in Missouri looking to renew your certification? Well, imagine smoothly navigating the renewal process with total confidence so you can continue your important work without a single interruption. In this comprehensive explainer, we're going to unravel everything you need to know about renewing your CNA certification in Missouri, step by step. The Department of Health and Senior Services recently updated their systems, and knowing these steps is going to save you a ton of time and, let's be real, a lot of stress.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We're going over eligibility and timelines, a step-by-step guide, some pro processing tips, fixing a lapsed certification, frequently asked questions, and finally a quick verification and disclaimer.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, Eligibility and Renewal Timelines.
So, the magic number you need to remember is 24. You absolutely must renew your Missouri CNA certification every 24 months. Now, the rule itself isn't new, but the way you actually go about doing it has had a major facelift. And just to put into perspective why staying on top of this is so critical, back in 2023, data showed that roughly 25,000 CNAs in Missouri literally dropped off the active registry. Why? Simply because they didn't finish their renewal. We definitely want to make sure you stay active. The great news here is that to meet the clinical practice requirement, Missouri CNAs don't have to worry about formal continuing education units, or CEUs. You literally just need 8 hours, that's basically a single shift, of paid work doing nursing-related services within the last 24 months. Keep in mind, it does have to be paid, and you've got to be under the supervision of a licensed nurse. You'll just need to grab your proof of that, like a recent pay stub, a W-2, or an official letter from your employer. Oh, and you'll also need to cover a $20 non-refundable processing fee. Easy enough, right?
Moving right along to Section 2, Step-by-Step Renewal Guide.
Honestly, the DHSS has made this whole thing incredibly simple. The entire process is fully electronic now through the TMU portal. That means no more tracking down stamps or mailing in paper forms. You just head over to mo.tmutest.com and log in. If you don't immediately see a pop-up saying you have certifications to renew, no worries. Just click the Employment tab, then select Add Employment Renewal. You'll pick Nurse Aid, punch in your employer's details, and upload that pay stub or W-2 we talked about. Finally, you pay the $20. From there, the system automatically shoots an email to your employer to verify your hours. The second they click Confirm, boom, you are renewed. Quick pro tip for you though, if your document happens to get denied for whatever reason, you do have 15 business days to submit corrected ones. So keep an eye on your inbox.
Next up is Section 3, Pro Tips for Smooth Processing. Now, if you work private duty or out of state, missing a tiny detail here can completely stall your renewal. So, if you're doing private duty, you still use the TMU portal, but make sure to select private duty from the drop-down menu. The real game changer here is that your proof of work has to be a letter from your patient or their power of attorney detailing exactly what you did and when, and crucially, it absolutely must be signed and notarized. Don't skip that step. If you're working out of state, you select that option in TMU, but then your employer actually has to email missouri@hdmaster.com directly with your info and hours. And hey, if you're lucky enough to work for a facility that pays for everyone's renewals in bulk, they'll handle the heavy lifting for you using a special MO-1402 EMP form.
Let's get into Section 4, Fixing a Lapsed Certification.
Okay, we need to talk about the huge difference between having an inactive status versus a fully expired status, because the DHS rules are super strict on this. If you just missed that 2-year mark, you drop to inactive. Honestly, this is a pretty easy fix. As soon as you get those required 8 hours of paid nursing work, you just upload your proof to TMU, pay your $20, and you're right back to active. But if you hit a 5-year break in employment, your certification is officially expired, and at that point, you are legally prohibited from working as a CNA in a long-term care facility in Missouri. There's no quick refresher course to bail you out.
If you do hit that 5-year expired mark without valid work history to prove otherwise, you have a massive 175-hour mountain to climb to get your certification back. You literally have to start from scratch. We're talking a full state-approved training program, 75 hours of classroom instruction, plus 100 hours of clinical on-the-job training. After all that, you have to face the headmaster exams all over again. That's a 75-question knowledge test and a hands-on skills exam, and you need an 80% to pass both. You do get 3 attempts within 1 year, but trust me, it is so much easier to just renew on time.
All right, Section 5, Frequently Asked Questions.
A lot of hardworking professionals move to Missouri and immediately ask this exact question about reciprocity. If I hold a license in another state, do I really have to do those 175 hours of training? The answer is a resounding yes, you can transfer it. And what's incredibly unique here is that reciprocity is completely free in Missouri. Unlike a lot of states that'll charge you up to $75 just to transfer a license, Missouri lets you do it at absolutely no cost. You just apply directly through that same TMU portal. Now the catch is your out-of-state certification has to be active and your record must be spotless, no findings of abuse, neglect, or misappropriation whatsoever. And a quick, quirky detail for our friends moving from Alabama. You specifically will need to upload a recent pay stub showing at least 8 hours of CNA work to qualify. Here's another great question we see all the time. Remembering a random date 24 months in the future is tough, right? Life gets super busy. But the DHSS system actually has a pretty brilliant built-in safeguard for you. Just make sure you set up your TMU profile early. If you keep your current email and cell phone number updated in the system, you're actually going to get a super helpful nudge via text and email exactly 60 days before your deadline. That gives you 2 full months to gather your pay stubs and process that $20 fee, so you are never caught off guard and accidentally pushed into inactive status.
Finally, we've reached Section 6, Final Verification and Disclaimer.
As you know, regulations, portal interfaces, and fees can and do change over time, so please consider this explainer your practical go-to guide, but always treat the official state resources as your absolute final word. If you ever run into technical glitches, you can call Headmaster directly at 800-393-8664 or the Missouri DHSS Health Education Unit at 573-526-5686. They are literally there to help you stay certified. So are you ready to log into TMU, secure your active status, and keep making a vital difference in the lives of your patients? Take those 8 hours of hard work, get your documentation in order, and go confidently secure your certification today. By keeping your credentials active, you're ensuring that Missouri's most vulnerable residents continue to receive the compassionate, professional care they truly deserve. How will you use your renewed status to make an even bigger impact in the lives of your patients this year? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and truly thank you for the incredible work you do every single day.